I swear, if it's not one thing, it's another. I hope you guys have got your coffee today because there's some serious doozy stuff that's been going on, and I want to chat about it a little bit because you should know what's up in the Minecraft community. But first, I really got to point this out. I loaded up Minecraft to record this video, and I looked up, and the underneath Minecraft Java Edition, it says the true meaning of cafefe, and I laughed so hard I had to share it with you guys. That is hilarious. Of course, if you don't know what cafefe means, then that's not hilarious to you, but whatever, just figure it out. Let me just say real quick that we, the community members, are in charge of this community. We run this community. Minecraft gamers, server owners, developers. This is our community. Yeah, sure, Mojang owns the game and they have community managers and all that. But really, there are so many tens or hundreds of millions of people that play this game and that are active in it that we can only manage ourselves and run this community the way that we want to. So some of you might know that I take managing my own community very seriously. I try to take care of my people. I defend them when they need defending. I correct them when they need correcting. And I humble myself when I need to humble myself, because that's what good leaders do. They lead by example when they need to ask for forgiveness, when they need to apologize, when they need to correct some action that they're doing that harms their community or the Minecraft community overall. Then they need to apologize and they need to correct their ways. Unfortunately, some people don't get that. They don't understand that. And there are a number of developers and server owners and just gamers in general out there that act in some nefarious ways that just isn't cool, and it breeds toxicity, and it breeds distrust, and it breaks down communication, and it hurts our community overall. And we need to address some of these things. That's what I wanted to talk with you guys about today, is addressing some of these actions that different people take so that we can pinpoint them, look inside of ourselves, be self-reflective, and be like, you know what, yeah, maybe I do that sometimes. Maybe I should stop doing that a little bit. Or what I'm going to be doing here soon. I'm gonna get dramatic, and I'm gonna get fighting. I'm gonna get defending my people again. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you already know I get crazy when I defend my people. But sometimes we might, not just self-reflect, but we might need to look out there and point at some people who are doing these things and say, hey, duh, knock it off. This ain't cool. We don't allow that in our community. But let's be honest, I've been rambling on for long enough, and I need to just get to the point. You guys are probably like, Stifflered, what are you talking about, man? Just tell us what you want to tell us and just get it over with. We're tired of listening to you ramble. Here's the deal. I am a member of a number of small groups within this community, right? I have a YouTube channel, so I'm a part of Minecraft YouTubers community. I have plugins that I've developed. And so I'm a part of the plugin developers community. I run a server, and I'm a gamer, right? So I get to be a part of all of this stuff. And it gives me a unique perspective about how I want to see this community functioning. Because you know what? There are definitely some things that we could do as community members to improve what we've got going on. And it doesn't include blaming Mojang for every single problem that we have as server owners or gamers or plugin developers. Sometimes we legitimately need to look at our own actions and look at the people within our community that we have a lot of respect for, and we gotta say, hey, I think that it's probably about time that we make some changes here to, help Mojang build an awesome gaming community with us. So here are a few different things that some plugin developers and server owners do in particular that I think that we should call out and not get involved with. First off, I want to give a shout out to MC Market. They made an announcement just this week about how they are no longer going to be associated with or allow people who support leaking websites, plugin leak websites, to join in their community. So if you have paid money towards plugin leaking websites, or you support it in some way, or you're a staff member on one of those websites, then you will no longer be allowed on the MC Market. And I'll put a link to that announcement down in the description, but that's a pretty cool thing in my opinion. I think that that is awesome. Oh, look at that. Looks like Jamp just lost the challenge. How sad. Press F in the chat to pay your respects to Jamp. There is a serious issue with leak websites. Leak websites are those websites that you can go to and download premium plugins from really awesome developers for free. And they're not great websites. It's really not cool that they exist or that people use them, because they hurt those developers. You know, the developers, they put a lot of hard work into their plugins, and for people to download them illegally and steal them is just not cool. So what MC Market has said is, if you use those leak websites, then you are no longer allowed to be associated with them. And I think that that is an awesome move. We don't want people downloading plugins for free and hurting the finances of those developers. But there's something a little bit more malicious that's going on behind the scenes with some developers, and this is the first type of developer that I want to call out and be like, hey, you know, stop doing that. And for you guys who know these developers, or who might hear about these developers coming up in the future, you know, stay away from them. There are developers who are intentionally leaking other developers' plugins to these leak websites. So they'll go to a leaker website and they will come up with an agreement with the owner of the leak website, and they will leak their competitors' plugins to that leak website, and in return, they will not get their plugins leaked on that leak website. Tell me that is not some shiesty stuff. Tell me that. Something else that they might do is they might pay the leak websites. So they might pay, you know, $20 or $100 or $200 in order to not get their plugins leaked on those leak websites. And that is insane. These are young developers a lot of the time that are trying to get their projects up off the ground, and these leak websites are extorting them for money. This is extortion. This is what, like, the mafia does. They're extorting them for money in order to protect their plugins from leakers. It's wild. Now, some people might say that if a plugin developer wants to pay a leak website a couple $100 to not get their plugins leaked, then that's on them. But let's think about this for just a second. Let's really think about this. These plugin developers that are paying to have their plugins protected are supporting leaking websites. So even if they're not trying to release their competitors' plugins to these leak websites, which hurts their competitors, by paying the leak websites, they are giving financial incentive to keep those leaking websites up and running, which again hurts their competitors, and it also hurts the community overall. Any financial support of these types of leaking websites, it's not cool. The way that we stop leaker websites from functioning is by removing their financial sustainability. We get rid of their money, we hit them where it hurts, and they can no longer function. A lot of these leaker websites, they are legitimately doing it just for the money. They're not doing it for any other reason except to make a few bucks. They know that there are a lot of young developers who are just getting their plugins going, and they extort those young developers so that they can make money off of them, and it's terrible. Now, I could just tell those leakers, hey, knock it off, stop doing what you're doing, but that's not going to do anything. They don't care even the slightest bit about being told to stop doing what they're doing. They know what they're doing is wrong. They know what they're doing is illegal in a lot of states and countries, but they just don't care. They're going to keep doing it. So instead, I'm talking to you developers that are out there and saying, hey, stop paying these leak websites and giving them the financial stability to keep their websites operating. We got to knock this off. And the same also goes for you gamers and server owners. Don't use their websites. Do not use the leaker websites. Don't go to the websites and try to download stuff. You're putting yourself at major risk for malware and malicious code and hacking and all types of craziness from those leaked plugins that you download from those leaker websites for free. You think you're getting something good because it's free. I'm telling you right now, it's not good. It's gonna hurt you in the long run. Not cool at all. Plus, you're hurting some great plugin developers by not supporting them and paying them what they are worth. And if you hurt those plugin developers, then in the long run, it hurts the community. And again, we are in charge of our community here. We get to call the shots. And I think that some of the shots that we need to make is to encourage and empower those people and support those people who are making awesome plugins and awesome content that we get to use on our own servers. All right, plugin leaking aside now, what's the next thing that I think that we need to call out? It is child exploitation. God, this just drives me crazy. Like, seriously, this is a legitimate thing that we need to be concerned with? Are you kidding me? Yes, my friends, child exploitation is a real thing. There are plugin developers that are out there that are young. They are minors. They're under 15, they're under 16, under 18, and they are being exploited for their skills. There are other developers and server owners out there who are getting these kids to build plugins for cheap or for free and not taking care of them, not supporting them, and then telling the kids like, oh, I'm doing this for you for exposure or whatever. And then the server owner or the other plugin developer gets those plugins, again, super cheap or super free. And what does the kid get? They get used. They get used. This is child exploitation 101. And there are adults who are like, oh, I'm doing this to give you experience so that you can learn how to be a plugin developer or whatever. And I'm like, no, that is not how this works. You're not allowed to do that. There are child labor laws that tell you that you cannot do that. Listen, there are kids out there who want to do things for free because this is a game that they love and they really enjoy building stuff and they love learning stuff and they do want the experience and they need the experience. But that doesn't mean that we need to put aside what we know is, one, morally correct, and two, legally correct, and exploit these kids for their work and say, oh, it's just a game anyway. They don't need to get paid anything. Because I know you're going to turn around and sell that plugin that they worked on and make money off of it, or you're going to have a store for your server so you can make money on your server that these kids built awesome huge things for you for, or you're going to make ad revenue off of your YouTube videos or whatever it might be. I know you're going to do that and you're not going to pay those kids a dime. You nasty, exploitative, unethical person, you. And I'm gonna be real with you right now. If I find out any of you are doing this, if I find out and I get proof, I will absolutely report you to the authorities. I don't care who you are, how many subscribers you have, how much money you got. I'm gonna report you to the police because child labor laws are there for a reason. Stop using kids to get free work done and making an excuse about how it's for a video game or whatever. You're making money off of it. You need to pay these kids and get an agreement with their parents too. Dang. Oh, and that also goes for you professional developers that are buying plugins from some of these kids, and then you get the plugin and then you charge back PayPal or the credit card company so that you get your money back, and then you use the excuse that the plugin wasn't that good, so I had to rewrite it, but then you're not actually rewriting it. Yeah, there's some people out there that are actually doing that stuff. That's not cool. You need to stop that. You need to knock that off. And again, you're gonna have some trouble. There's some of you in particular I already know are doing this. I'm coming at you. This video right here, this is a preemptive video letting you know I won't stop. I'm coming at you. I defend my community. Everybody in my community will let you know. Hey, if you're in my community, leave a comment down below. Tell the people, tell them I'm coming at you. And I don't stop. I don't play. Buying plugins from kids and charging back so you get your money back. What kind of nastiness is that? Now this next one deserves a whole video all on its own, but I'm gonna bring it up here anyway, just to touch on it a little bit. But you guys know these developers, server owners, and YouTubers who always talk about how Minecraft is dying. You know that they're just doing that for clickbait, right? You know that they're not doing it because they love the community. They're doing it because they love themselves. It is all about ego and narcissism for them. They don't get what they want, and so they're saying that Minecraft is dying. That is not what community leaders do. Leaders do not say publicly This community that I'm a part of is dying. What leaders do, real leaders, not these posers that keep talking about Minecraft is dying publicly and complaining about it day after day after day after day without actually offering solutions. What real leaders do is they offer solutions, they think up solutions, and they put those solutions into action. They don't give up. They don't blame Mojang for everything. They don't blame Microsoft for everything. They look at what their part is in the community, the overall community of Minecraft, and they say, what can I do to help this game? What can I do to help this community? And they come up with solutions. Let me give you a little example. This video right here. That's right. I could be complaining about how the Minecraft community is terrible, that there's child exploitation and nobody is doing anything about it and blah blah blah, and oh it's gonna be ruined and nobody wants to play it anymore, and there's so much toxicity, I'm not gonna be a part of it anymore, and I hate the community, blah blah blah. I could do all that type of stuff, but I'm not. I'm using the tools that are available to me and I'm putting them into action. I'm making a video approaching these subjects of toxicity and child exploitation and bad things that are happening in the community to bring them into the light so that you can see what it is. And I'm calling my people to action to say, hey, let's do something about this. Let's get these people out of here if they're going to exploit kids, or if they're going to lie and extort, or if they're going to support plugin leaking websites, or if they're going to have bad business practices. Let's teach people how to have good business practices. Let's call out the bad business practices and let's empower the people who have good ones. Look, it's not enough to just call these types of developers or community members out for hurting this community, for complaining publicly without offering solutions, but then calling themselves leaders. It is not enough to just be like, hey, big YouTuber with a couple 100,000 subscribers, maybe you should stop doing clickbait to talk about how Minecraft is dying, or how Hytale's gonna beat Minecraft, even though Hytale's not even released yet and we don't know all the details about it. And there's a bunch of people that are spending a bunch of money on it already when they don't even know anything that's going on with it. It's not enough to just call these people out. We have to stop supporting them. If there is a plugin developer, and if you're watching this, plugin developer who does these things, I'm talking to you. If there's a plugin developer who is supporting leak websites, or who is extorting other plugin developers, or who is using kids, minors, and exploiting them for their own financial benefit, stop buying their plugins. Stop going to their website so that they get ad revenue. Stop watching their videos so that they get ad revenue. You can't support them for your own entertainment and expect them to stop exploiting people. This is our community. We take control. We don't let these posers run it for us. We run this. There's a plugin developer in particular who has done sexually manipulative things, who tried it on me. And I cut that off, ended that. There is a plugin developer in particular who has told children that those children make me want to hurt myself, and then cut themselves and showed it to the kids to say, you need to give me my money, you need to support me, or I'm going to cut myself more. There is a plugin developer in particular who is leaking plugins to leaker websites and supporting those leaker websites, and it hurts their competition. And yet you guys want to keep buying their plugins. You want to keep working with them. You want to keep sending messages in your Discord supporting them, talking about, oh, this plugin developer is so good. I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want nothing to do with that plugin developer, so I will never buy their plugins. I'm going to tell you right now, you know who you are. I'm talking to you. I will no longer work with any of you. I will cut you off if you support that plugin developer. They are what is wrong in this community. Now, I'm not naming any names because I'm letting some other things happen first. A little bit of proof to get out there and some official things to happen before I actually drop some names. But that's coming. That is coming, my friends. I'm telling you right now that that's coming. Because these types of people hurt our community. This is my house. This is your house. Why would you let somebody come in here and disrespect you like that? Man, I need to calm down. I'll tell you what. I need to calm down. Getting all excited. Getting crazy. I think you guys get my point though. My point being, we need to be aware of who we are supporting and who we are giving money to and who we are allowing to continue to breed toxicity in our community, and we need to put an end to it together as a community. We need to say enough is enough. There are some very popular developers out there who do not deserve their popularity because of what they do to get to that position. And there are some lesser known developers out there who deserve to be pushed out into the forefront because they are legitimate, they are positive, they are good members, they are respectful, they've got good sense, and they're young or they're old, it doesn't even matter. They're just cool people and they work hard for this community. Those people deserve our money. Those people deserve our support. Those people deserve all the praise that they haven't gotten yet. Which brings me to my last point. I know that I've been gone for a little while, guys. I know that it's been a minute since I've been around. I've been sick, I've been working, and just a lot of craziness that's been going on. But I am super glad to be back. And in the very near future, you are going to start seeing a number of videos from me talking about these developers that deserve all this praise. I'm going to start doing more videos here on this channel, and I'm going to start shouting out some of these developers who really deserve to be put out there in the forefront, because I've had enough of telling people individually that we need to support some of these other developers, but then I'm not doing it here on my channel. So I'm going to be doing that on my channel. Look forward to those videos coming up in the near future. Man, I feel like there's about 10 million other things that I could talk about regarding toxicity in the community and things that we can do in our community to shape it in the appropriate way. This community is awesome. I know I talked and I ranted about some negative things today, but that is not what Minecraft is about. There's a lot of positivity, there's a lot of amazing people, and I want to support those people, and I want to encourage you to continue doing those things. These few actors, these bad actors in our community, they're going to be gone soon enough. We're going to get rid of them. We're all going to work together. We're going to make a move and shut this stuff down. I don't like ranting and raving and drama and everything on YouTube and Public and everything, but every once in a while I think that it's important to call these types of people out. So that's what I'm doing today. Thanks so much for listening to me rant and rave. Thanks for joining in and watching this video all the way through. If you made it to the end, if you want to see more videos all about Minecraft server ownership and plugins and community management, things like that, go ahead and subscribe. I do videos here on the cafe all about tools, tips, and tricks to make your Minecraft creations go to another level. But I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.